years they've been together. 2 years. She's never seen the dude naked. 2 years. They've been naked, but she's never seen him naked. You got something going on in your life and you want to share it with us, and we turn around, we share it with Bert Show fam. Try to get you guys some advice, or maybe there's somebody else listening that's been in the same place. Hit us up at thebertshow.com. This is one I've never heard of before. We have taken emails from women saying they have never been naked in front of their dudes, but I don't think we've ever heard of one where guys have done this for 2 years. And I'm wondering if any guy would call up and go on the Voice Disguiser and go, yes, I am that guy. I'm just like super insecure about being naked. And why? She says, hey, Bert Show, I need opinions from the men on the show. I think she's just talking about you. I need to know what the issue with my boyfriend might be and how I can fix it. To get right to it, she says, I've never seen him nude. We've been together for 2 years, and I'm not exaggerating. I've never seen him nude. When we first started dating, he was a bit shy. When we started, I don't know, getting a little more physical, he would always want to make sure the lights were off. If the room wasn't almost totally dark, he'd stay under the covers the entire time. I thought maybe that would eventually change 2 years later, and it has not. When he takes a shower, he locks the door. If he's changing clothes, he goes into another room. I've not really talked to anyone about it because I know it's kind of odd. I thought about asking my guy friends, but I'm afraid they'd laugh at him. So I'm asking you, what's the deal? Is he body conscious? I've been fortunate to not really have those concerns. So is it that, or is there something else? What should I do or say to make him comfortable? Has there ever been a guy, or if you're listening and you're this guy, 1-855-BERT Show. I used to be super uncomfortable being naked. For me, it was, honestly, this is going to sound so superficial. It was a hair issue.
Was it?
Freaking hate body hair, man. And I'm like a little Chia Bert.
That's been overwatered.
Overwatered, man. So I just hate body hair so much. So I just would hide. That's not the case anymore. But he's certainly insecure about something here. I don't know if that's size, maybe, that he's insecure about, which clearly, is not an issue with you. But for him, that might be an issue.
I've heard of that. I've heard guys say that they don't necessarily want to be naked around their woman when they're not, like
fully aroused.
Right.
Yeah.
That could be a thing. Like I mean, 2 years is a long time. Yes. Usually you kind of let that one go. You get comfortable, but I have heard of guys who are like, I don't want you to see me like that. Like, I don't feel comfortable like that. I don't feel confident like that. I just don't want you to see it. So they'll try to avoid that situation by any means.
I mean,
I've heard of that.
It's been 2 years. Shouldn't she be able to talk to him about it?
I would think so, yeah.
I would think so. Yeah.
I did get a little insecure yesterday. I got to be honest with you guys. So I went to go get x-rays yesterday because I'm having some problems with my legs, right? And the x-ray came back. And in past x-rays, you never been able to see my junk.
Yeah.
Yesterday, there it was.
There it was?
Yeah.
You could see it?
Yeah.
It's a little weird you see it on the x-ray machine.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've seen that, and I didn't like the way it looked at all.
Oh my God, that would freak me out. It's just a mound of flesh, like in an x-ray. There's no bones. Right?
There's no bones. And it was just like...
The doctor tries to point out like the problem areas by going around it and like not even acknowledging
Addressing
it.
it.
It's just weird. Yeah,
I would have
I see it.
And quite honest, there was like a physician's assistant. She was in the office at the same time, and I just felt like looking over and going, "This is not accurate." I just want to let you know it's just a bad X-ray.
It's not my best.
I would have paid money if you would have been like, "Oh man, you guys got my bad side. Can we take another one?"
Warming up in here a little bit.
He looks best from the left.
I was feeling real good about myself till that X-ray. Hey, Kimberly, good morning. You're on the Bert Show. You ever know a dude that was just like so sheepish about being naked, and why?
Okay, not necessarily a guy, but I'm that way. I'm even a newlywed. I've been married 6 months, and I'm that way because I was raised that way, and my sisters are too. I mean, it's just something, even around my best friends growing up, when they're showering at the high school and stuff, I was always the shy one, and that's because I was raised that you should be shy, you should be modest, and I'm sure that's what it is. I mean, I go in the closet to change myself in front of my husband of 6 months.
And you're not body conscious at all. You look in the mirror and you're naked. You're like, oh, look at me, Kimberly. I look good. But this is just something.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I was raised that you don't walk around naked. You wear a robe over your pajamas.
It was ingrained in you.
Raised.
It was ingrained in you. And now it's really hard to change your mindset that being naked in front of somebody else is a bad thing, is a wrong thing.
Right.
I thought nudity when I was a kid was hilarious. So, like, I would get in a lot of trouble. I wasn't allowed to wear dresses from the age of like 5 to 9 because I was always like lifting them up, pretending to be a tulip. And I feel like that happened to me where I was scolded for it. I got in trouble for it. And then I was made not to be like ashamed of my body, but just like nudity is wrong. Like no woman should ever be viewed in that light unless you are in Playboy and you're a sex worker. Like that was the impression in my household, even though my dad owned strip clubs. It was really jacked up.
I remember where my insecurity with it all started. I was always a little so when I was super young, I was so little that they had put me on hormones to get me to a certain height. I was getting picked on a lot, I think, when I was a kid. And back then, it was a relatively new type of pill, right? It didn't make me any taller. It just made me a super hairy, like 8-year-old, 7-year-old, like a baby chimp, man.
I know you're sensitive about it, but really solid merch idea for the Bert Show is like a Bert Chia pet. I would water the crap
make
out
money
of
off of it. I'm okay, man. Stacy, good morning. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Good morning.
Hi. Okay, so you had this situation with your husband?
Yes, we have been together for 7 years, and I've only maybe seen him nude once or twice.
All right. Well, certainly has told you why. You've brought it up.
I have. I brought it up, and he's just uncomfortable with his body. So maybe she just needs to talk to him and see if it's something that he's got going on that she can't necessarily fix, but support him in.
He just doesn't like his shape. Too small, too big,
He doesn't like his shape. He's like a 6'4" dude, and he thinks he's a little bigger, but I think he's perfectly fine.
Yeah. We could just get into our heads so much. Like, our ladies don't care.
100%.
So is she still there now? Okay.
Why? What were you going to ask?
I was just going to ask if this is like something that, he's working on, or if this is just how he wants to live his life and you're respecting it. Like, where do you go from there once you address the issue?
Yeah, and in this email, like you initially brought up, 2 years, it's time for a conversation. Like, dude, I'd like to see what you got there.
Let's talk to him.
All right, check it out. All right.
Didn't you start watching that show, Arrested Development?
I did.
Okay. Because I was like, oh, it's a joke. Like girls are like this all the time, but men are never like this. And then I was like, oh, it's a joke. It's comedy because there's a never nude in that show. Like David Cross's character is never nude. He has jean shorts on all the time,
even in
underneath
the shower,
everything, even in the shower. And I was laughing so hard. And then like one of my friends was like, it's a real problem.
Yeah,
men are like this.
The Bert Show.
Hey, do you like what you just watched? Because you can get more Bert Show for free. We drop new podcast every weekday, and you can find us anywhere: Spotify, Apple, any place you get podcasts.